Hi, it's Jules, and I know a video about vision boarding at the start of a new year. Could it be any more cliche? But I am here to tell you that it works. And if you stay tuned, I will give you some scientific examples and some personal ones. I'll do a quick tutorial on how to start your own vision board, and I will tell you the number one thing to do to make your visualizations come to life, and it takes less than a minute a day. And if you like what you've been seeing here on the Plant-Based Point, I hope you take a second, hit like, hit subscribe. Robin and I have so many more taste tests and nutrition videos coming up, all kinds of great Q&A and fun free content. Now, time for examples, time for science. If you can see it, you can be it. So they did this study at Ohio University with 29 volunteers, and basically those 29 volunteers had their wrists made immobile by a cast for a month. And during the month, they asked half of those volunteers to visualize for 11 minutes a day that they were exercising those muscles, just picturing it, focused. And when they took the casts off a month later, the people who did the visualization had wrist muscles that were 2 times stronger than those that had done nothing at all. What? Okay, still not convinced? How about example number 2? It is really not that woo-woo. You have probably heard athletes talk about this all the time, where they visualize making the goal, the three-point shot, whatever other sports terms you can think of, insert here. And that visualization is part of their success. So in this study done at the University of Chicago, they wanted to test the impacts of visualization on free throws. So they divided people into 3 groups. And for 30 days, they had the first group practice free throws every day for an hour, actually physically do it. The second group just visualized practicing, and then the third group did nothing. And at the end of the month, they found the first group improved by 24%, but the group that just visualized practicing free throws improved by 23%. And then, of course, the third group, nothing happened. And then, of course, there is my personal testament. I made my first vision board a few years ago, and I put lots of pictures of Oregon, the beautiful Pacific Northwest wilderness on there. Now, bear in mind, I was 35, 36 years old, had really never lived outside of New Jersey, and I was very rooted there with friends and family and my corporate job. But I also was craving this change. It just seemed completely otherworldly to me. Like, it's not even possible. So these pictures went on the vision board. Fast forward just a couple of years later, and I had all of these chance encounters that I'm basically now living in Oregon in the pictures that were on my vision board. Now, there's a lot more examples, a lot of other things I could get into. I could make a whole other video. If you'd like to see more on this topic, definitely leave a comment, let me know. And if you're looking for a little more guidance or help in getting started with visualization, there's this awesome book I read, and it's basically a workbook. It's called E Squared by Pam Grout. I will link everything below. She walks you through these different exercises to kind of prove the power of your thoughts, and she has all these like goosebump inducing stories. It's super cool. And now just a real quick tutorial on how I make my own vision board. I like to imagine life sort of like the pie chart, probably going back to my project management background, but you divide that chart into different areas of your life. You've got career, love, friends, family, travel, whatever makes sense to you. And then on my vision board itself, I group those categories together. So I've got this career corner, this love corner, this travel corner. I use good old PowerPoint here to gather all my images, and then I save this slide as an image itself and then make that my desktop wallpaper. And where I love to do a lot of the creating here, because I do a little Photoshop-y kind of stuff, like, ooh, I want to have 1 million blog followers, so that was like a little design thing that I did. And I love to gather my images and do all of that in Canva. This is what Canva looks like. You can sign up for a free account. It's amazing. I upgraded to Pro, and it is worth every penny if you're doing any kind of design work or making flyers or logos or anything. So cool. I'll put a link below. There's probably a great deal going on right now because they always have amazing deals. So if you use that link, that'll hook you up with this. But yeah, it's amazing. Here's my YouTube thumbnails I use it for. Here's all the free photos. There's still like anything you could ever hope for. So you can really let your imagination run wild. Another key thing too, I think, in a vision board is making sure your own face is on there, even if you've plastered your face over Jennifer Lawrence's bod or something like that. And now for the number one thing that you can do to guarantee success with your visualization, it is making sure that you picture the end result, the moment, as if you'd already achieved the thing that you want. So don't worry about the how or the why or the pathway there. For example, if your dream is to have a book published, don't picture yourself writing the book. Picture the book on the shelf at the bookstore as you pass by, or at a book signing, or talking to another fellow author who comes over and tells you how much they loved your book. Whatever the scene is, that in your mind when you play it, you feel yourself lighten and this bubbly, sort of giggly, effervescent feeling fills you up inside. When you hit that feeling, hold on to that image and return to that image every day. Just only takes a few seconds till you have that feeling, and that feeling sends this energetic signal out into the world that says, hey, I'm a match to that outcome. Bring it on. Now, I will give the caveat that of course it takes action and guts to achieve your dreams. So you can't do the visualization and just sit on your couch and stay in a little bubble. You got to put yourself out there, because in order for the universe to deliver on your dreams, you've got to be out in the world, because it's going to come through chance encounters and chance meetings and in ways you could never expect. But if you don't put yourself out there, you don't give the universe a chance to deliver. So don't limit yourself. Don't put a ceiling on your dream. This is the time to imagine it as expansively as possible. Just by beginning to imagine this, you're signaling to the universe that you are ready for this. So watch out, Leonardo DiCaprio. We're gonna make some magic together.